What is going on, Gas Gang? Welcome to Saturday Nitro, two-stroke Gas Gang Live. Now, let me wait a little while till you awesome people show up here in the chat. It's been a long time before this particular rare gas RC has been seen on this channel. And there's a couple of reasons why, but I've had enough time to get over the damage that I've caused unnecessarily. And today, we will take a look under this awesome rally body, do a couple of pre-run checks, and make sure that this thing almost never tries to kill itself again. So let me say hello to everyone that I see here so far. We got Rooster, Terra Curry, Traxxas Revo. I just saw Max, Paul, Dakota 1008, RC Adventures, Lotus 420. Someone else over here, just Hoser1, how you doing? Let me back this thing up. Actually, I don't think this even fits on camera that well. Keith Tolhurst, how you doing, my bro? Okay, sorry guys, I don't know why I'm doing this YouTube voice. I gotta talk more normal. I guess it's like the excitement for some reason. I really don't mean to speak that way. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've listened to my own videos and I'm like, dude, why do I speak like that? But it just kind of happens, you know. Today, I had a great adventure, and I'm gonna tell you about it in a little bit, but it has to do a little bit of something with this logo on my shirt. We are RC. I'm going to tell you all about it in a little. We got my friend Benjamin Martinez, Jason Brawley here, Haywire, RC, JR Moto, and RC Hobbies. Redcat, Rally, Rampage. You cannot get them anymore. It's actually a damn shame because this is the fantastic chassis. It was cheap. Yes, it came shipped with a little bit of rust. But listen, when you buy a Volkswagen today, you know what you get? You get a bunch of lies. That's what you get. You get lies, you get hard seats. Sorry for the Volkswagen fans out there, but that's modern Volkswagen. I don't know what to tell you. You go rent a Passat, the Passat has like a seat. It's as if it came out of a park bench. There's no support in the Passat seat. The Passat seats suck. All right, we got Benjamin Martinez, Jordan Lynch, Dre, 357, Speedy the Cat. Thank you, man, for you guys. RC show off. Special thanks for you channel members out there. You're helping me do what I gotta do, and that is gas Nitro as much as possible all the damn time. All right, now, today people asked me, what's the topic of the stream today? And I said, we're resurrecting a two-stroke gas RC, guys. That's what we're doing. So let me know if the quality is okay. This thing is actually quite big. As you could see, if I try to hug it with one hand, you need like two hands. All right, so check this out. I'm going to put this, what's up there? We got Texas Hill Country Custom Homes in the stream. A person who can definitely appreciate hugging a two-stroke gas RC, okay? And that's not weird. Go out and feel free to hug them because they're big, okay? And then they're cool and they smell like, you know, two-stroke premix fuel. But of course, if you don't run premix like I do, Power Mix 25-to-1, you don't kill your carbs. You're gonna have a good day. Let me see what we got here in the stream. Lotus 420 goes, give this thing some roids. Well, it might come down to that in the future. That was actually a plan with the Zenoa engine, but then it had a hardcore full-speed runaway into a curb. So this might be the real first time reveal of the damage. Now, I think I threw the body out that originally this thing had. It was destroyed up to the roofline, okay? So these things use like PVC style bodies, typical Redcat stuff, you know. Everyone today is getting that, what's that giant fit scale they're getting? The Vigilante? The Charles Bronson? I think they're getting the Charles Bronson Vigilante. But we don't need no Vigilante, guys. We need a two-stroke gas RC. This is the Vigilante. Forget the Vigilante. Okay, this is Charles Bronson. All right, anyways, let me say hello to the rest of you guys showing up here. We'll continue. Lionel Guy, what's up, brother? Jason Harris, how you doing? It's Burnsy's here with us, a person that I know can appreciate this, I think. Well, hopefully at least, okay? We got mirrors, we got rally wheels, we also have some damage. But we're also going to check all of the systems. I'm getting prepared to set this thing back on the road, and I don't want to have another runaway. We got A2 Racing here. Hi, ASR Racing. How are you, man? Couple minutes, I'll take the body off. I have the radio. We have everything ready to go. Dirty Dan, how you doing, my dude? Tomorrow is Nitro Gang Sunday. Hopefully, I'll be out there, the RC track, from about 12:30 to 3. Then after that, I'll be eating some Taco Bell or Popeyes. I don't even know. I've been kind of anti-Popeyes lately. They kind of like have a bad eater experience. We got Stone FPV. What's up, bro? So, let me wait a little while, show you guys this awesome looking body. In fact, This is probably the best looking Redcat shell I think they've ever made. Now mine, it's a little bit crooked. It's okay, don't worry about it. It's like an impact dent over here, okay? Don't worry about the impact. It got rear-ended. Yeah, these aren't Lexan, so they basically kind of, it's impossible to bend back. Like, if you do heat this up, you could attempt to bend it back, but, you know, they tried to make America great again with build it back. Well, I'm going to try to make this body great again by bend it back as well. All right, but not today, because I got other things I got to do. But in reality, pretty sickening looking body shell on one of these. Awesome wing. It's actually pretty structural. It's integrated into the entire, well, underside. It's not like glued in. It's an actual, pretty good wing. The bad thing is, if you get one of these as a body, I don't think they come with a wing. And the other bad thing is you can't get this anymore, okay? That's kind of a bad thing. Now, Lionel guy wants to know, is this a gas or a nitro? This is a 1/5 scale gas chassis, all right? Pretty rare. I've had a lot of videos on this. In fact, this is probably one of my most popular video series, is this particular chassis. The reason is, people love rally. They love the WR8. But they also wish the WR8 was faster. Actually, the same thing could be said about this, okay? You know, on this channel, guys, I'm not just going to say good things about something because I want you to buy it. The reality is, you can't buy it. So I'm not going to try to brainwash you because there's no point, because I respect you and you're smart, all right? But if you do want to get yourself a sickening, Redcat style chassis, I did put a couple links in the description of this video. Technically, this rally style chassis and the wheel setup is still available. It's called the Redcat Chimera. It's a very good chassis. I have a couple of videos on it. They're reasonably priced, 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel brakes, ready to run. It won't be the fastest, but you will have 4-wheel drive, all right? And that's way better than a Baja, okay? Because a Baja got 2-wheel drive. You know what you get with 2-wheel drive? You get bad brakes. Let me see. We got a new channel viewer over here, Rebecca Nee. How are you? She goes, or he or she, I don't want to assume. Hey, just started watching you, but love the nitros all day. Thank you, man. I appreciate today's rare gas presentation. Normally, yesterday was a Revo. Today I kind of ran into a roadblock. I need a starter box. I need some electronics. So we're going to take a little backseat from the Revo. We're going to continue with this right here. Let me see. We got Rooster here with an awesome comment. Mark DiVincenzo, how you doing? Rooster goes, I seen one of those Redcats on Marketplace a few months ago. Guy was asking crazy money. Yes. Yes. In fact, this was only about, I think I paid like $500 for it, right? But yeah, it came with a little bit of rust, but it's no big deal. It wasn't like, if you watch my original unboxing video on this, I was a little bit critical over it. But, during that time period, that was the truth, right? Like, that was the truth. I wasn't going to downplay the truth. If it had rust on, like some of the metal parts, well, guess what? It had rust on some of the metal parts, like whatever. I'm not here to fabricate truths, okay? Like the Matrix. I'm here to explain the truth as it actually is right in front of me. And that's what we're going to keep doing forever on this channel. We got Boosted RC, my buddy over here. If you're going to come down Sun Island tomorrow, I'll be at the RC track. So, by the way, guys, if you notice the logo on my shirt, today I had the awesome pleasure of going to a Nitro Gang channel members and friend of mine's brand new hobby store over in Pipersville, Pennsylvania. He had more Nitros than I have in the back. Okay, let's face it, that's impossible. But he had a ton of Nitros, guys. He had many Nitros. All right, it was definitely more than the 0 Nitros at my local hobby store. You go to my hobby store, guy won't know my name, even though I've been chopping there for 15 years. It's sickening. I don't understand. Maybe I have to, like, wear a face mask of, like, well, okay, what do I want to get there? Because people are going to get offended. Don't want to wear no face masks over here. Okay. Maxwell Buckner goes, I am red-pilled. I don't even know the difference between red or green or blue, but this is blue. Okay, the body is actually quite impressive looking. Let me show you around here, and then we will continue taking it off. I actually have to do a lot of spark checks. We have to make sure the kill switch works, make sure the radio gear is set up correctly, because last time, and for those of you that might not remember, I'm going to give you a little a history recap. I had a full speed runaway crash into a curb. It was worst case scenario. It cannot get worse than that. Of course it can. Luckily, there was no property damage. There were no people. Nothing hurt other than this chassis. But since then, I have learned my lesson many, many times. And that lesson is, make sure all your electronics are solid, your failsafe works, and your kill switch is awesome. All right. I still have the original video from the runaway. I am not very proud of it. That is why I haven't really premiered it. You know, guys, I'm going to tell you something. We got sorry, I don't normally stutter. I was just reading this username. That Everything Bagel Productions. What's up, bro? How you doing? Okay, RC Scotty Z, of course. I know you changed your username. You like Everything Bagels. I like sesame seed bagels. You know, I think we could still be friends, though. But let me just say right now, on this channel, I don't really promote trashing things, breaking things, and getting clickbait views out of it. You know, some people will go and say, oh, I had a runaway. Let me label the title of this video, I had a runaway. You watch the video, they literally had nothing. They had maybe a little bit of a glitch, nothing happened, and they're trying to trick you in the audience, and because they think you're a fool. I don't think you're a fool, okay? I never think you're a fool, and I want you to know that. I believe everyone here has an above average IQ, and if you don't, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to tell you something. I do have the video of this hardcore full speed crash from the onboard video as I was recording. It is epic footage. It is the most epic footage, the likes of which has never been seen. And if it was on some other troll channel, guarantee you, they would mix it, remix it, rename it, and make you click it and then disappoint you. But I'm not going to do that, at least this year at least. I do have it. I have a full analysis. Was the chassis bent? Maybe I'll tell you later, right? I don't really promote that. It was a mistake. I don't want people to have to make that same mistake again. Let me just call it what it is. All right. I'm going to wait a little while longer. We'll get down to business. I'll take the shell off. I do want you guys to understand this is almost impossible to get chassis at this point. Now, back when I got it, they were still available and sold brand new. Today, the good thing is, yes, you can still get basically this chassis. You cannot get the body, but you can get this chassis. And I saw earlier in the stream here, someone said it's similar to the stuff that Roven and Roven and I think what do those other cars make. The thing is, those are like double the cost of the rally version chassis here, right? They're literally double the cost. Are they significantly better? I've driven the Roven F5. They're not significantly better. In fact, the suspension is trash. This suspension is way beyond, all right? If you go to my channel, guys, I don't know who's new here. I've reviewed several fit-scale gas rally models. They're basically all similar. What do they have in common? They're a shit ton of money. What does this have in common with them? It's much cheaper. And at least they still make parts for this in the Redcat Chimera. It's a little bit of a different body style. It's the first link in the description to this video for those people that are watching it. You can go check it out. It's okay. KGM, what's going on? He goes, a sickening Redcat 1 fit scale. Yes. So it's been over, I think, I don't know, guys. It's been like maybe 2 years. Maybe 2 years since we had the world's worst crash. And I was really upset. I haven't run this ever since, but I have done some major work. So if everyone is ready, should I take the body off? You tell me right now. Should we take the body off? Jason Broly wants to know, do I still have the fit scale BMW? Yes, I do. And that was actually the number 2 pick for tonight's Gas Gang video. Now, I went with this one because I need to motivate myself to actually run this one day. You know, after you have one bad experience, you really have to take a look at yourself and make sure it never happens again. And today, hopefully with the advice of people out there, we will reconvince me that this is safe to run. But I will be honest with you, this was my second RC back in the day, and my style of thinking was incorrect, right? The reality is, when I first got my first fit scale, I had a Roven Baja. The Roven Baja was really my first fit scale. And the Roven Baja is very reliable. It's very reliable. In fact, it has awesome servos. I never had a radio glitch. It came with good radio gear. So when I ran the Redcat, I kind of applied that same logic. The problem is, Redcat servos are really bad, right? You need a kill switch on these. The radios are also really bad. So the thing is, I'm going to blame the Roven for giving me a very positive experience. I'm kidding around. That wouldn't even be logical. Come on. Would I say a statement like that? That's not even logical, guys. Please. Someone come here and slap me for saying that. That's not even funny. Let me see what you guys are saying. KGM goes, I remember when you got this. Yes, this was my second gas RC, right? Okay. Should we take off the body, everybody? I know I saw some comments here asking what engine this is. So with Redcat, there's basically two gas engines they sell. There's a 30cc and a 32. This is a 30cc. So the bad thing is they're pretty low RPM engines. You're not going to go anywhere fast. But if you have a runaway, that's what you want. I almost caught it when it was doing the runaway. But the runaway, if you guys want to take a guess at what speed it was, I do have the live video from the GoPro on the top of the roof when it transpired. I will tell you if somebody here guesses in the next 25 seconds. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hoser1 goes, I have the Fitzgerald Rovin Baja 5B and the Losi DBXL. The range sucks on the receiver. I agree, man. Make sure your antenna is properly positioned. Make sure the antenna is not crimped in any way. That will seriously kill your range. I trust the FlySky system. I am happy with those, man. But, you know, we all have our own preferences. But generally, all modern 2.4 gigahertz systems should have about similar range unless you have some kind of actual antenna bending issue, right? Sometimes you put the receiver radio box on and it's like crooked in there, or the antenna wire gets like pulled out a little bit. It's hard to see. Okay, so the comments on the top speed coming in. So far, nobody got it correct, guys. Come on, I think I've said it like 8 times over the years. Like, for real. No, literally, I'm reading. Michael Sucha goes 32. Traxxas Reaver goes 58. Dude, divide that by 2. You get almost the right answer. All right? Lotus 420 goes 32. You're giving this thing too much credit, man. Come on. All right, it was 28 miles an hour. Actually, that was the top speed. 28 miles an hour. Now, the handling of this chassis is, I like it. I like it a lot. So, I really, 28 is pretty adequate. You can get this thing to hit 30 with like a cheap Rovin engine. So, possibility of upgrading is it's an option. It's not really a big deal. These have like pretty straightforward engine mounting. They're easier to work on. Nothing that crazy. All right. How many people here? We have close to 80 viewers. I gotta wait a little longer because this is like a giant-ass gas engine. I can't just take the body off without 100 viewers, can I? Well, in about 3 minutes I will. Let's face it, I'm not here to waste your time. I'm not here to do that. But if you guys want to know about my experience today at the We Are RC hobby store, it was incredible. What's up, Nitro RC and Electrics 101? Happy to see you here, man. It was a great hobby store. I met up with a couple channel members here. I don't think they're here right now, but we ran Nitros. There were T-Maxes with big blocks. I came with a Savage. Of course, it started raining, so I couldn't even fire mine up. You know, but whatever. Okay? KGM goes, I will put a Taylor in it. And I can't say that word, bro, because someone's going to say I'm copying them. I can't say that word, man. I can't say it. All right? You're not allowed to have, like, free creative thought anymore. You know, you go back years ago, you say one word, and they're like, nah, I own that word. I own it. No, I own that word. Guess what? You can't own words, man. You can't do it. All right? So, if everybody is ready, give me a hell yeah. All right? I actually have nowhere to sit on the table. It's like obstructing my sitting position. Dude, this thing is like massive. It's obstructing my sitting position. For real, though. Okay. Anyways. The Nitro Addiction goes hell yeah. Lotus 420 goes hell yeah. Yeah, I know this body is crooked, guys. It's the best I could do, okay? All right? It's the best I could do. RC Show Off goes, no freedom of speech on YouTube. Well, there is freedom of speech, but the problem is people make up their own laws of the freedom of speech, you know? That's kind of the problem. It's not really the First Amendment freedom of speech regulation. It's like your own internal brain's adaptation of the First Amendment, which is usually a mental disorder. It's usually what it is. All right? For those of you that know, you know. Okay, so let me take this body off. I have it kind of on a swivel stand right now, so it's very heavy, actually. All right, people are asking me, what body is that supposed to be? So this is the Ford Fiesta body, right? Yeah, this is the Ford Fiesta body, which is a real rally car, like, at one time. And I think they still make them as rally cars, I think, like in the European racing segments. In American, or is this a Ford Focus? It's definitely some kind of Ford replica, right? Yeah, this is a giant RC. So the thing is, I kind of like it. It's not very competitive compared to, like, let's say a Rovin, I'll be honest with you. But at the time, they were significantly cheaper. And today, they still sell a version of this. So, man, I don't know, people, yeah, it's the Ford Fiesta. Overvolt, everything goes to the Ford Fiesta. Exactly. All right, time to take my hat off. It's getting hot in here. You take off, put a giant gas RC on the table, you get hot, you know. Let me just show you the way the suspension works with the body on. It actually has super phenomenal suspension travel. All All right, very, very realistic. All right. I'm considering taking this to our C-Track tomorrow, but there's one little problem I'll show you guys in terms of the charging. Redcats use like the world's weirdest radio box covers, and you got to kind of modify them a little. So, if everybody is ready, should we take it off? Should we take it off? Yeah. Yeah, Hoser 1, exactly. Yeah. People own words these days. You can't own words, bro. It's not a trademark, okay? And you could say whatever you want. People be thinking they're owning words. You can't own words. Okay. All right. It's hard to even get all of this on video, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to show you guys the rear end first, because I kind of like the rear end. All right. RC Annie goes, is that faster than RS4 Evo? No, it's not. It's not faster. But the gas experience is totally different. This is in line with what like a Baja would have been at the time period. It's not like the original 23cc Baja, right? Oh, we got Mike Manzo. How you doing, man? Sorry, a couple days ago, I know you were on the chat. I didn't say hello to you. I'm sorry, bro. I looked at the conversation later. You were like talking. I didn't give you a little shout out. I feel bad about it now. Right. Edward Perry goes, I should own Sickening. I would, but I'm not a jackass. But you know, that's true. Okay. All right. So let's take it off. It's got close to, well, 90 people. Lucas Stallcup, what's up, bro? Oh, look at that. Let's do a little at a time, maybe, actually. What do you think about that exhaust? So we do have some fake tips, right? These little tips at the bottom, they're obviously fake. They're not real. These are just like for show. The real exhaust is this this pipe here. Now, this isn't a tuned pipe, but I'll tell you something, man. It's quiet. It is quiet. This is not a loud pipe like the Baja exhaust. This is a good sounding pipe. And if you want to see some real good videos of this running, I do have great videos of this like on an AstroTurf field. That is why if you look close up right here, there is pieces of rubber stuck onto the pipe. So the pipe got so hot that the pieces of AstroTurf, which is like little rubber components, right? Basically from like recycled tires, it stuck to the pipe. I cannot do anything. I tried everything. I tried to boil it, to heat it off. I tried to scrape it off. It doesn't come off, bro. It's impossible. I'm just gonna leave it. So let's do this. Close to 100 viewers here now. We got Vinicus Pimenta. What's going on? Sounds like some Italian dessert, man. Sounds like some pimento. What's a pimento? I think that's some kind of small pepper they put in food. No, pimento. I'm not sure. All Aspects RC. What's up, man? So, the body is enormous. It's an enormous body. Okay. Let me get it closer to you. Damn. This thing is so large, I can't actually move it that well. Alright, so here it is. There is some damage. But you can't really see where it is right now. But so you guys know, I slammed this thing pretty much at full speed. It was a bad runaway into a curb, and it shut off. Now I'll tell you if we had any damage or anything like that, but it was actually fine. Let's take a look at this pipe. Can't even spin it this way. It's too much space over here. Right. So you know, in terms of the pipe, this is not a very good pipe. It is probably one of the world's worst pipes. The Redcat Chimera comes with a much better tuned exhaust. So if you're looking to get one, check the link in the description of this video, guys. They do sell this particular model, but it is way better than this one. This is like the old style one. Hoser1, thank you, man. He goes, Taco Bell on me, broski. I appreciate that. I think Melissa told me she was feeling a little bit of McDonald's today. The other day, I went to McDonald's in like Midtown Manhattan, right? It was $5 for a double cheeseburger, dude. $5 for a double cheeseburger. You believe that? Like, who do they think people are these days? Okay, but let's not get started on how bad Biden is as a president. Thank you, Hoser1. I appreciate it, man. I'm actually going to buy, I think, pre-mixed two-stroke gas for this later on, because I only have very little left. But let's continue taking a look at it. I'm going to put it on the table so we can look at it. We have to take the spark plug out, check everything. What you see here It's basically totally stock. Damn, this thing heavy, bro. Let me give you a look at the transmission. I'm gonna kneel the camera down. Let me kneel the camera down, and we'll take a look at so I would say the good and the bad of the Redcat Rally segment. We have metal gears. So these things use, I would say, probably an effective but well, I don't know if it's effective. I never had a problem with it, right? So basically these are A, B, C, D gears. There's 4 gears in here. This is the outdrive. The clutch bell is over here. These things use a 6,000 RPM clutch. So you guys know they engage kind of low. The reason is these engines are HY engines. They're not CY. Anybody here knows what that means at all of any kind? Let me put it on the table and I'll rearrange the lights for all of us. Whoa, this thing heavy. So if I pick it up, you will see it's no joke. It's actually a really giant wide chassis. Let me back up a little bit. It's a pretty large, giant, wide chassis. It's significantly wider than like a Baja chassis. The Baja chassis is pretty long, but this is significantly wider. So there were many versions of kind of this chassis over the years that used the 4-gear setup. This one, I think, in my opinion, is probably the best one because it has metal gears. Most of them had plastic gears, okay? Most of them had plastic gears. Now, listen, I'm not telling you Redcat is God. It's not God, okay? It definitely will never be God, even if you can find one. But it's a 5th scale gas RC that we like. That's all there is to it, you know? I never claimed, guys, to have the best of anything. I don't have a Taylor Big Bore RC Supremacist engine. I don't have a golden yellow Chevy Camaro from 1976. What I do have is a ton of nitros right behind my back. All right? And I'm okay with that. So, let's continue taking a look. I'm going to put the chassis down, show you the suspension, all this kind of stuff. And as I said, if you want to pick up something like this, this is actually a pretty sickening chassis. The 4-wheel drive, the brakes are very good. So let's go deep down, take a look from the top down view. All right, thank you all for joining me here today. And we can discuss a little bit about engines, right? I want you guys to know I'm not claiming to be an engine expert. I'm just a guy that will for sure try to fire this up today, and 98% sure it will start. Okay, there's always a 2% chance of not starting it. Okay, all right. So let us continue. Bobby Muhalik, how you doing, my dude? All right. RC A&E goes, how is gas different to nitro? I've never had a gas RC before. Okay, it's a pretty great question, man. I'm going to answer your question. So, as you can see, this is a giant chassis. Gas RCs are generally 1/5 scales. They have engines that are much larger. They don't burn nitro. They also don't use glow plugs. They have spark plugs, pretty much like real engines. Now, there is a huge amount of liability with a gas RC. The reason is it's giant. If you have a radio glitch and it has a runaway, you can't stop it. So you do have to get an aftermarket kill switch to cut the spark, so to say. I will say there's a lot more liability in a gas RC as compared to nitro. Usually with nitro, you have a runaway, it just like flips over and shuts down. It's like pretty straightforward. It usually kills itself before you injure anybody. So for me, that is very important. Nitro is also significantly smaller, right? These are... You guys weigh in on this. Who thinks the running cost of a gas RC is cheaper? I would say it is cheaper. I would say it is cheaper. Digital Darkness goes, ooh, Rampage. All right, let's get down to business. I'm going to show you guys my layout here. There's really not much to look at, like from this position. I mean, Nitro's a little more exciting. I understand how it is, but it's still dope. But check out suspension I'm going to show you here. Texas Hill goes, yes. So, suspension-wise, it is very good. I've never done anything to these shocks. These are the original factory shocks. Redcat shocks, in my opinion, are significantly awesome. Now, Baja shocks are also very good. But these, they're undeniably good for, you know, like a lower-end brand. Let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. I'm not here to propagandize any particular brands. You guys have seen. I have cheap, I have expensive, I have good, I have bad. All right. And for lunch, I eat Taco Bell. That's legit the truth. Rear end suspension setup is also very, very nice in my opinion. All right, we have side guards here for the body. They hold the body, otherwise you'll get a lot of impact damage. Now, some of the bad things about Redcat. These models do not use beadlock wheels. These wheels are not beadlocks. What that means is they are glued. Also, the other bad thing is, and Texas Hill here, Lotus 420, owners of Redcat Rampages over the years will tell you, they also don't use 24mm hubs. That's kind of a real big problem because wheel choices are going to really let you down. Okay, Hoser 1 goes, bro, the suspension on my new T-Max sucks. Truck is bouncing around like crazy. Okay, my suggestion for you, try thicker shock oil. Go with 50 weight shock oil. So maybe you already know this. I mean, it's not your first time, but the higher in weight of shock oil you go, the less bounciness and more dampening you will get, right? I like to usually keep like shock oils from 40, 50, 60, and 70. Depending on like what piston is in them, it's really hard to tell what you want, but like starting with a 50 weight shock oil, I would say in my opinion, it's a little bit more like for on-road. Off-road cars are a little bit lower, I would say. Well, 50 is okay. What do you guys think? Weight shock oil for a T-Max. 50, 40, 40, 50? Okay. See, we got Grizzly RC. Let me answer this question from Grizzly RC. He goes, how much would you pay for a 5-year-old HPI Savage? Used, but much appreciated. Give me an idea. 5-year-old HPI Savage. So you're talking about it's a 4.6 model, I'm assuming, right? To a person that really wants it, 300 is a fair price, man. 300 is a fair price. For me, considering I have a ton of them, 200 is a fair price, okay, for me. But once again, it depends also on shipping. If you're like gonna buy a Nitro like that giant from in person, it's significantly cheaper because like shipping will rape you. It'll literally rape you, okay? All right, so everyone is saying, yeah, 50 to 60 is very, very good. Yeah. Mike Manzo here, pretty much a lot of Nitro experience goes 50 weight is very good as well, yeah. I would say 50 is a good starting point in my opinion. You know, once again, a good range of shock oils to keep is like 40, 50, 60, 70. Because you never know what like the shock pistons in there are. And guys, if you don't know what shock pistons are, I'm going to explain it. Basically, inside the shock, there's a shock rod and there's a plastic piston on top, which basically has a couple holes drilled inside. Now, the size, diameter of those holes will regulate, control the amount of fluid movement through that hole, which is basically where your dampening comes from, right? Now, they do make shock piston kits for like certain shocks. I don't know if they do it for Traxxas. Probably, yeah. You could probably get some. So it's used for tuning shocks in general. For me, I like the stock settings, but I usually put a little more, like 10 to 20 over, like the stock dampening fluid that they use. What's that called? Damn, it's called viscosity. I think T-Maxes come with like maybe Traxxas uses the what, guys? Do you know, like 30 weight shock oil, something like that? But basically 40, 50, 60, 70 is a good amount to keep. And another little useful hint of advice, guys, it's best to use the same brand. Like if you get 40 from, like, let's say Team Associated and like 50 from another brand, it might be a little different. So it doesn't hurt to use the same brand so you can actually constructively rate the shock dampening ability, right? Makes sense? I think it makes sense. Okay, let us continue. I'm going to rearrange the camera a little bit. We'll give you guys... Oh, by the way, do you want to see the damage to the front of this chassis? Because like so far, I don't think anybody asked me what broke on this. Did you ask me what broke on this? No? You didn't ask me what broke on this? By the way, who likes my awesome new shirt? All right. This is from the hobby store I went to today. From Tim Cunningus. Hopefully he's here later on today. In fact, I'll tell you guys a little story from the hobby store today. It was a great video. Oscar Aquendo, what's going on, my dude? Happy to see you here. So check it out. Awesome shirt design, huh? It's not bad. All right. We're going to continue, everybody. So today at the hobby store, I'll Dre 357. This is a 30cc. They do make 32. Not really. I like nice 30cc's all around. I'm a 30cc gangster, you know. So today at the hobby store, I'm over there with Tim. A couple of Nitro Gang channel members as well showed up. We ran some RCs and stuff. It was a pretty good day. I guess these two people come in, right? I don't know who they are. I mean, they see me like recording and stuff. I walk in, you know, Tim, of course, gives them the whole hello. How you guys doing? What can I help you out? Great customer service at this hobby store. Impeccable hobby customer service. In fact, when I go to my local hobby store, guy doesn't know my name for 10 years at a time. Okay? But Tim was gracious to the new customers. They looked like it was like them buying their first RC. And guys, do you want to take a guess what they bought? I was actually amazed. I was beyond amazed. Okay, welcome to Story Time with Hybrid. What do you think these new customers bought? Did they leave with a Nitro or did they leave with an electric? What did they leave with? RC Adventures goes Slayer. CPL Viewers goes Traxxas Slash. ASR Racing goes Nitro Rustler. I was actually extremely proud of their decision. Now, I don't know. Maybe it's because, you know, the owner of this hobby store steered them in the right direction. I wasn't really listening that much. But I'm going to tell you something, guys. They left with a Nitro Slash. They left with a Nitro Slash. An epic decision, in my opinion. A very good first pick. Guys, $350. Traxxas Nitro Slash. You'll hit 50 miles an hour. You get Traxxas part support. You get Traxxas quality. Okay? I honestly, I was amazed. Because when was the last time a beginner in the hobby goes into a modern hobby store dominated by all electrics and leaves with a Nitro? Do you understand? The chance of that is like 3%. Okay? It's like 3% the chance. If you do a statistical analysis, it'll be 3%. Maybe 2.5%. Maybe even less. I don't know. Okay, see what you guys are saying. We'll get down to the business of this RC. Mark Benson just goes, I'm not on the laptop, so I can't tag everyone. But hey, let's have a good show and hit that like button. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. But yes, if you guys haven't hit the like, please do. You know, I'm not like a lover over here. But listen, I don't make the algorithm. YouTube does. All right. And if you want those Electric Gang members out there to be breaking more electrics and then tricking, brainwashing the young kids out there into thinking you can take an X-Max and launch it off of a skate park and not hurt people and not risk people's lives and not break things, then you're on the wrong channel, okay? Because they need to get real. They need to get real. You know how I talk about liability all the time? You know, we run these RCs, guys, and we really don't. Sometimes you're like in tunnel vision. You're not looking around. There could be a car. There could be people. Liability is a big thing. I don't know if you remember, but when the very first Traxxas XO1 came out, and it was the very first car in the ready-to-run segment that was able to hit 100 miles an hour. Do you remember what kind of safety features they built into the Traxxas XO1? I do, because I had one. I didn't like it. In fact, I hated it. But what was that Traxxas did to make it safe? Well, more like, I guess, assume responsibility to you. Not like make it safe. More like absolve themselves of liability. What did they do? Booster RC, yes, man. So this is not really a corner shelf. I basically just ran out of space and I put them together. It looks like a corner shelf. It's not a corner shelf, but it looks okay. I'm going to do a little bit of lighting there eventually, but, you know, a little bit at a time. Here in New York City, it's really hard to throw trash out. So, dude, I like put stuff on the garbage over there, and, like, they just don't pick it up. You know, like, they don't pick it up yesterday. Oh, no, last week, Melissa could tell you. What's up, Dodger Boy, man? How you doing? Melissa can tell you. Last week, you know, I put some stuff out there in the outside for garbage pickup, right, for recycling. They literally just drove past and didn't pick it up. And what's up, Manny Guns? How you doing, man? Blue Groove Motorsports, how you doing? That's right, he's correct. Traxxas made you sign a speed waiver to unlock the ESC. Correct, great answer from Blue Groove Motorsports. I appreciate that, man. You're a genius. All right, so that is correct. You have to sign a waiver over 50 miles per hour that you won't drive recklessly, right? Anyway, so, you know, garbage pickup, man. I'm like throwing out like my old garbage that I had here, right? It's like super hard to throw out. I run outside. They didn't pick it up. I'm like, hey, guys, hey. I started yelling at them. I'm wearing like slippers at this time, right? It's cold. It's raining outside. I'm like, why didn't you pick this up? They started interrogating me what it is. I'm like, what do you mean what it is? It's a freaking block of wood. Like, where do you want me to throw this block of wood out? It's sickening, okay? The reality of these, you know, entitled garbage men over here in this area. Anyways, we're gonna continue. So, Redcat Rampage. Guess nobody's asked me about the damage yet. I don't know what you guys are doing, man, but like, does this thing look that great that you think there's no damage? I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. You know. I mean, I could show it to you, but like, if you don't want to see, I mean, that's okay. You know. All right. RC Adventures goes. The chassis is bent. Possibly, but I don't think it is. Possibly, though. But if it is, it's very, very little. It's very little. All right. Max Bruckner wants to know what is broken. So I will answer you, bro, because you're a great question maker. Okay. It's like holding a 9-year-old on your lap. Okay. The top of the chassis bumper right there. You guys see that bumper? It's cracked. It's called the crack job. The bumper right there. That's the crack. I mean, it seems to be structurally okay. Once I like snap it back, I might do a little bit of a repair, drill holes and zip tie it. But that seems to be about it. Like that crack on the bumper. It's a little crooked, but it's not that bad. The chassis normally has a little bit of a kick up here. I'm not 100% sure if it's bent. It appears to be a little bit bent. Right here. I have it bent back. So the way the body positions itself, it kind of slots into the bumper area on the front. It is maybe like 2 millimeters off, right? Booster RC goes, the chassis looks straight. It looks straight. There's normally a kick up here anyway, like kind of like, you know, all like Bajas have, stuff like that. I would say this might be a little bit bent. It's not the end of the world. I could probably fix it. I don't know if I'm going to do that at this point, but yeah, this chassis is super solid, man. I gotta tell you, it's really good. These wheels, the rally wheels, I love them. They have the perfect amount of grip and slip. Okay, if Jeff from Eastside RC was here, he would say grip and slip, baby, grip and slip. Okay, tight and right, and this would be grip and slip. Okay, now feel free to use that. I don't want to own that phrase, okay? I don't care about phrases. Phrases don't make a person. I want you guys to know, phrases don't make you. You know what makes you? Being an ethical individual, okay? Calling things out when you hear that they are incorrect. When people go on crazy rambling sessions, don't watch them, okay? Because you're just feeding into it. That's what you're doing, okay? You can't change a mentality of a crazy individual sometimes. You just can't do it, all right? What you can do is test for spark. And I think that's what I'm going to do now. So, guys, test for spark or what? Test for spark? Spark test? I think so. All right, let me put it back down. Damn, this thing is quite heavy. It's not going to be easy for me, actually. So, give me a hell yeah for moving this around. The same for the weak people, man. Also, single speed, no diff in the center. Thing is a go. Oh. Okay, so let me zoom in now on the updates I've done. They're pretty good. I'm happy with them. Okay, Jason Brawley goes, hell yeah. Okay, I'm gonna change some of the views. I do have a kill switch installed. I'll show you guys the wiring if you want to see. And I think at the end of this video, we're gonna have to go fire this up. What do you guys think? Fire it up? We got fire in the hole. I even got the radio ready. All right. Boosted RC goes perfect. No center diff. Exactly, dude. I actually don't really like the low C chassis that much because those center diffs, they constantly leak. I know people tune them all the time, but like, guys, let's be real here. To tune like a low C center diff with like million weight, you know, I guess it's not even fluid at that point. First of all, that stuff is expensive. Just get rid of the center diff, man. Just get rid of that. Okay, let us continue, everybody. T-Max, man, how you doing? Dude, I like your username, T-Max, man. Question is, T-Max, man, how many T-Maxes do you have? Okay, kidding around. All right, no, we all want to know. I'm not kidding around. I don't kid around, T-Maxes. Okay, let me show you guys top-down view from this now, and I'll make sure the quality is a little bit better. Yeah, Speedy the Cat knows. Nobody hates center diffs like me. He knows. Man, imagine hating center diff so much that everybody knows you hate them. I really learned that, worked on that one for years. All right, so we're doing a top-down view right now, everybody. 7 T-Maxes goes T-Max, man. Well, dude, you came to the right channel because I think most people on this channel have at least 2 to 3 T-Maxes. It's pretty much like the average here, right? Okay, let's do a chassis overview, everybody. Just let me know if you could see okay. I'll do my best to explain what I can, right? These are kind of old-style chassis. So what happened last time, I'm going to be honest with you, I had a servo lockup. So my servo, which was the Redcat servo, locked up in full throttle. It was worst case scenario. Now, during that time period, I was kind of a noob. And, you know, I ran the Baja for such a long time that I was a little bit jaded. Reality is you have to have a kill switch. So here's our...
Can you please answer that new guy? Because he keeps in...
What? What do you want me to answer, Melissa?
Just say hi to that new guy.
To who? Who's new?
Starts with a V.
Starts with a V. I don't know who that is. Melissa told me to say hi to someone over here. I don't know who it is. I missed it in the chat. Well, I said hi to everybody.
Well,
the Vaporin Can. How you doing, man? The Vaporin Recan. Okay, yeah, Melissa made sure I said hello. She gets really upset if I don't say hello to new viewers, which is really nice. She's looking out for you guys. I appreciate that. That's pretty nice of her. So, the good thing, these do come with Walbro carbs during this time period. Air filters are kind of trash, but they're pretty easy to service. Basically, what happens is you have an air filter cover. There's 2 elements in here. You oil them and put them in, you're good to go. Now, this chassis, it's pretty straightforward. It actually has quite impressive suspension. In my opinion, dampening is impressive, guys. Right? Fuel tank, it's undersized. It is very undersized. Now, if you look over here, there's a little bit of a situation going on. Anybody want to tell me what's going on over here? What's up, Luke? How you doing, man? The Vapor in Kian goes. Thank you, Melissa. Yes, no problem, man. She did her job. I should have done it, but, you know, happy everyone is here. I like to keep things positive. And when I say I like to keep things positive, just so you understand, guys, I'm not like BSing you. That's not like a, oh, let's make fun of people but pretend we're positive type of thing. That's not reality. Being positive and being a jackass in real life is not a good thing. Okay? You want to be a positive, ethical person, but the thing is, just being positive isn't going to change your outlook in life. It's just not going to do that. You have to take steps to make that happen. All right. Mad Season, man. How you doing? Welcome back. Happy to see you here. Thank you for the gifted membership to Maxwell Buckner. I'm happy he was able to get one. He's been a channel viewer for a long time. Awesome, man. Maxwell Buckner, congratulations. If you go back on the channel, there are many member-only streams available for you to peruse. Okay? Peruse is the word of the day. Many of them. If you have like nothing to do, like, you know, feel free to play them. They're not garbage. I guarantee you, like, at least half of them are pretty good. All right. So thank you, Mad Season, formerly known as Kevin Trappin. Everyone's been asking, where's Kevin Trappin? I said he was, you know, he was like inning number 9 at a baseball game. The inning never ended. Kidding around. Okay. But let's continue. Another weird decision from Redcat. They use non-see-through fuel lines. And these are actually kind of like hard lines. They're really hard to bend. I don't know why they would do that. It's a little bit surprising in my opinion. Now, from my experience, I've never had a leak, right? So a leak is not something I've ever had. How you like that? Just rephrase that. I said the same thing twice in the same way. Sickening. Another thing, Redcat uses pretty unique exhaust headers. They're pretty good. They don't leak either. They're pretty okay. Now, the question was, does anybody see anything weird with this exhaust setup? By the way, Redcat exhausts are actually not that easy to get. The reason is, unlike a Baja, which has many exhaust options, this does not have many exhaust options. So this is a long tube. There's basically, you know, it's this joint right here in the shock tower, and it connects to the pipe on the other side. Now, this is a piece of heater hose, everybody, from the automotive parts store. I bought like a foot of it for $2, and it is a perfect size. Normally, this has a silicone coupler. It's trash. It broke right away. Oh, Hoser1 gifted 5 memberships. Let us see who got it. Congratulations, everybody. Blue Grove Motorsports got it. Hey, YRC. Pit Air Cooled, welcome back. Congratulations, everybody. Hope you enjoy the channel membership and entertain yourself when you know I'm not around. Anyways, let us continue, guys. So, as you can see right here, I kind of made a little bit of a decision. I tried to remove the stuck-on rubber, right? So there's no way I can remove this. I basically had to like brush this with a wire brush. Now you can polish it, but there's really no options for these kind of headers. The reason is this exhaust has to get routed through this little opening in the shock tower. And the other problem is the shock tower, let me zoom in over there, is actually kind of sharp. So whenever you have like vibrations, impacts, or anything, you're almost always guaranteed to have the aluminum shock tower right there slice your gasket in full. That's what happened to the one that I had. The heater hose seems to be fairly durable, and that's pretty awesome. So if you're working on one of these guys, just know you can just use like, you know, automotive heater hose from like any automotive store. It's pretty great. You know, can't really use this stuff on a Nitro, which is nice. The fuel tank, let's get down to the fuel tank, everybody. Lotus 420, I haven't melted the heater hose. I actually ran this for some time already just to test it before. I haven't melted the heater hose. It's a quite good enough solution. I won't say perfect solution. It's a good enough solution. Now, there is one sign of a little bit of damage in the front. I'm going to give you a top-down view over here. You guys could see right there. There is obviously a piece of plastic that fell off right there. I think this part of the chassis, for sure, 100% is a little bit tweaked. So it was hard to see at the bottom, but I think the chassis is a little tweaked. I could just basically bend it back, but the geometry of the steering does not seem to be affected. And I think until I do an actual test drive, I should be okay. The gears spin okay. There's no weird friction. It's fine. Now, the servo. You guys want to tell me what you think happened? Why I had to run away? What's up there, Mike Lanzatari? He goes, I have the HPI Maverick Blackout MT, which is very, very similar. That's right. Overseas, these are called I think they're called the Maverick series. There are many models. I'm not sure. In North America, we call these just Redcats. But I know worldwide, the Redcat is not really a thing. So, guys, I've installed a new servo. It's a pretty reliable servo. It's not fast or anything, but it'll do the job. I will say about these Redcat fuel tanks, they are a little janky, but they do not leak. The good thing is they do not leak. Okay, Maxwell Buckton goes, what happened to the servo? Did it unplug? So, unfortunately, what happened to the servo, it got locked up in full throttle. And there was nothing I can do. I didn't have a kill switch at that time period, which was a mistake for sure. I do have one now, and I'll demonstrate it in a little bit. We'll also check for spark. This fuel tank is a little bit on the small side. There's really not much to see. I mean, I have like some old fuel in there. This might even be some of the old fuel that I had to mix. I'm not sure. Dirty Dan, man, you have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. As always, of course, any of the viewers here, you're always welcome, right? But stay positive, okay? And not positive with like a fake positive, okay? And just call yourself positive. That's not being positive. That's being a jackass, all right? Now, let us all continue on this in the front. The bumper, as I showed you on the bottom here, yes, it is pretty bad. It's broken here in the front. Harlem NYC, what's up, man? Happy to have another fellow awesome New Yorker here with us today. Yeah, the bumper is messed up, but the shock geometry looks okay. I am not totally sure. Southern Maine RC, what's up, bro? This is a Redcat Rally Rampage. Let me just get back to you on that. Mad Season goes, have a great stream, everyone. Dinner time. Well, you enjoy, man. I'll see you in the future. And thank you so much for gifting the channel memberships today. The viewers love it. and I am grateful for having you as a viewer and, a channel friend as well. Now, let us continue. It does look like this is a little bit tweaked. From what I remember, this shack tower should not be at such an angle, I think. I don't think it should be at that angle. But whatever. I mean, the geometry of suspension, this is not a particularly fast chassis, so it should be fine, okay? Rebecca Nee goes, I'm looking to buy my first fit scale. What's a good one to buy? You're never off topic, man. We appreciate your question, so I would say I did put a link to a newer version of this chassis in the description to this video. It's a very good deal. If you ask me, I have videos on them. The Redcat Rampage Chimera. It's kind of like an exhaust cage skeleton looking chassis. It's very good. A little bit better than this. This is very old. This is a little outdated by now. But, it's okay. We still like it. Roven, you can get like the Roven Baja, of course. They'll be a little cheaper. But the thing is with the Bajas, if you want to take a look, I'll show you a Baja over here. That right there on the shelf is a Baja, right? So the problem with the Baja, they're only rear-wheel drive. Okay? They're only rear-wheel drive. Their steering is a little inadequate. I would say they have terrible steering. Otherwise, they're easy to run, they're easy to maintain, and they are a little faster. But you don't have four-wheel drive and you don't have front brakes. So something to consider. You don't have that, right? With a Redcat chassis like this, you do have that. In fact, let me show you guys the link because I think people don't really understand. Well, you need a little visual reference. That's okay. You do understand. Like, let me not call you bad things right here. So if you want to, for example, scroll down the very first link in this video. It says Redcat Rampage Chimera, like the one in this video. So I'll click it just so we can kind of take a little quickie look at it. This is it. I know it looks different, but it's basically just the body. It's $730, which is, it's a very fair price for a fit scale gas RC with four-wheel drive. It's essentially the same chassis as I have here, except it has a little bit of a different, exo cage buggy style chassis. In fact, the same exact rally wheels, and these wheels are epic. I love them. They're very good wheels. This one has the same shock setup as mine as well. Lotus 420 goes, love the Rampage Chimera cage setup. It's very user-friendly. You don't have to take the body off. This one also has a nice tuned pipe. The one I have, it doesn't have a tuned pipe. They have the same 30cc engine, and you could also install, I think these actually have a light bar, regular 2.4 gigahertz radio. So, yeah, this is in stock, right? I would really order this. If you do, please use the link in the description of this video. That would be awesome. But this one particularly is the same chassis, except it's like a rally body. Otherwise, that one is actually exactly the same. So, all right, everybody, I think that's what we're going to do. It's time to examine it a little more in depth. So, it's been a while since I ran this. Let's do this. I'm going to check. So, right here, we have a little light. That is the kill switch LED. What I'll do, we'll put on the radio. You guys let me know if you could see okay, please. That would be highly appreciated. We have over 100 viewers. 1986 guy, what's up? Goes Weed Eater engine. Yes and no. Yes and no. These engines are they're higher RPM. They have clutches. Weed Eater engines are basically just running. They maintain a constant RPM. These engines they're completely different. Like people have said that over the years. There is some truth to it. There is some truth to it that it's lawn equipment. There is some truth to it, but it's not completely true, right? These are, if you stuck in a lawn equipment engine in here, you would go nowhere fast, basically. So yeah, closer to a chainsaw is probably more correct. So, if you're looking to get something like this chassis, I'm telling you, it's a very good chassis. They're reliable for the price, and the four-wheel drive is very, very good. So let me turn on the radio. I have since converted to FlySky. We are model memory 16. The power switch is on this side. It's a little bit annoying, but whatever. Yeah, porting inside is different, goes haywire. See, yeah, they're completely different. These engines are designed to have more of RPM up and down type of thing. RPM variety. Lawn equipment is mostly kind of like operating a high RPM. They don't have tuned exhaust. They don't have pipes really. They kind of just have mufflers. So it's Okay, I would say it's closer to ball equipment than it is to an Apple. That is true. So I'm gonna turn it on. Watch the LED over here. I know it's a little far, but like I'm gonna zoom in a little bit on it over there. We're basically watching the failsafe. So here is my failsafe. We're using the Killer RC Killer B kill switch. Routing is pretty good. I've installed it all video. It's very, very good. All right, so it's going to set itself up. Okay, so now it's beeping. That means it's not, we have to arm it. So third channel, I'm going to arm it and it'll start beeping. So there's a beeper, hoser 1. Okay, so now it's ready to go. This is a FlySky GT5. It's a very good, reliable, cheap radio. This is like a $65 radio. It's very, very good, very reliable. So there it goes. Third channel, kill switch. What this does is it cuts the spark from the coil. That's what it does. It interrupts the coil. So, you know, earlier someone asked, what's the difference between this and a Nitro? So a Nitro will shut off pretty much even if you look at it funny, right? If you have a bad tune, if it's rich, if it's lean, it'll shut off all the time. These engines a little different. Generally, you shut them off with this button. Basically sounds like, well, it shuts it off. The only way you could shut it off is if you... What's up, Timothy Kungus, man? Happy to see you here. Guys, here is the owner of the brand new hobby store. I just want to... Let me make sure we announce it a little bit again. For those of us that just joined, today I spent half a day with an owner of a brand new hobby store, and I'm wearing this shirt from We Are RC. It was a great day, and he sold a person a Nitro. Okay, so I'm going to be back to this hobby store in the future. It's in Pennsylvania. It was not too far away from me. It was great. In fact, I hit up a couple Taco Bells down the road. Direct transactions went down a drive-through. Great hobby store. A lot of Nitros. More Nitros than I've seen in my life at this hobby store in particular. There's going to be a Kyosho Mini Z track, an indoor track, an outdoor track, and an on-road track. I think that means I'm going to be going there at least once a month. I think that's what it means. So, guys, congratulate Timothy Kungus here. He has taken the step that many of us have wanted to take in our lifetime, and that is open up a hobby store. He did it, you know. Melissa goes to me the other day, you know, Hybrid, well, that's not my real name, right? He goes to me, you know, Dimitri, why don't we open up a hobby store? And I go to her, we live in New York. We live in New York, okay? Can't be doing that. Can't do that. Anyways, I'm happy for him. We had a good day with a couple other people here, channel members as well, and friends of mine. You guys will see the video. It should be out probably next week. So, let us continue to the Redcat Rampage. I'm going to put some fuel in it and go fire it up like in a couple of minutes right now, bro. Okay, that's what's going to happen. So, kill switch works. There's also a way to test it. If you guys want to see me test it, I can test it. But for those of you asking what radio this is the radio that was included on the Primal Rampage. And if it's good enough for that, it's good enough for this, right? I understand we have like some RC radio supremacists out there that only like the Futaba, that only like the Airtronics, that only like the Sanwa. Whatever. This is good enough, okay? It's adequate, okay? So, let us continue. Redcat Rally Rampage is the topic of today's conversation. Let's flip the camera. So, to cut spark, you would press the third channel again. And you guys will see the flashing, and the beeping. Okay? So now we have no spark. Pretty solid system, the Killer RC kill switch. If you get one of these setups, guys, make sure... They do sell these LEDs. This is a green LED. They do sell the LEDs in various colors. In my opinion, the green one is what you want. They sell like blue, red. I don't know. You really shouldn't get red. Green is what you want, okay? JB goes, bro, you ever consider moving from New York? I don't know, man. Does Michael Jackson ever consider not sounding like a girl? It's hard to say, you know? I think that was a really good joke I just made, to be honest with you. Anybody agree with that joke? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Did Michael Jackson ever consider not sounding like a woman? Just going to say it, okay? So, let me turn this off. I'm going to check the spark plug. I don't know if I've had this plug out of here out in a while. Oh, great news here from RR Tree goes, OJ got away with it. I was watching, I guess, like a report on, you know, OJ and his life or whatever. I mean, I don't know if Ford was trolling him or not. It appears that Ford announced a recall for the Ford Bronco. for like a fire hazard on the day he died. Like, why would they do that? It must all be like an ongoing internal joke or something, because like, why would they do that? Don't they know they're going to get called out on it? Although it's not anything bad or good, right? But whatever. The other day I was walking down the street. Yeah, so O.J. Simpson died, guys, and Ford announced a recall of the Ford Bronco on the same day. I think it was a fire hazard for, forgot what it was. It was, oh yeah, injectors blowing up. Injectors going on fire. Fuel injectors. But that's like a 30-year-old car right now. Are they serious? You know, it's a little funny if you ask me. Okay, everybody. What do you want me to do? You want me to check the spark, or you want me to go out and like fire this up right now? Hopefully fire. I'm not guaranteeing it right now, you know. Okay, but what do you want me to do? If you tell me to go fire it up, I will. If you tell me to check the spark, I also will. All right, Vintage Nitro World, man. Happy to see you here. Better late than never. That's true. You know that is true, man. Okay, so let's see what you guys are saying. Australiana or see what's up. Goes fire it up. Okay. All right, we don't want no checks. We don't want no checks. What am I going to do? Can't make you check things, you know. All right, let me put a little bit of fuel in it. I don't have really any fuel left, but... So this is Mighty Mike Goes Fire It Up. Okay, man, I'm going to shut up and put like the last of my fuel right here. And we'll have to do it, you know. All right. Let me switch the camera. We'll watch the pouring. Yeah, this thing is a little hard to get on camera fully. But rest assured, it should be okay. So Lucas Stoll Cup, I can't drive it now. It's like pretty much nighttime. Plus, I got no lights on here. Okay. So let's put some fuel in it. I'm going to just go try to fire it up. I mean, it should be fine. Okay. So I put a link to this fuel. It's the Power Mix 25-to-1. Very, very good fuel. I've said this before, VP and ethanol free. You got to get this fuel. This is the best fuel for reliability, and it will not destroy your carb. I'm not 100% sure if this carb is bad yet, because back when I broke this in, I was using pump fuel with ethanol. So it might be time for a carb swap. So no guarantees that it will fire up, guys, okay? No guarantees. All right, that should be okay. I have some fuel. It's not that much. Oh yeah, this fuel actually smells pretty good. Let's close it up. All right, I'm gonna have to get my jacket. If Melissa would do the honors of bringing me my jacket, that would be really appreciated, if possible. Really, we don't need nothing else. We'll prime it, and we'll just see if it fires up. It should fire up. It really should be no problem. This engine has very, very good compression. Really sickening compression, if you ask me. Beyond sickening. Melissa, would you please bring me my jacket? That would be really nice. Just waiting here a little while to get my jacket and hat. I mean, I don't hear any footsteps. Michael and Zara goes, do gas RCs have any post-run maintenance? Not really. You don't really even have to run them out of fuel. Just make sure the piston is at the bottom, as always, like a nitro. There's really nothing else to it, you know. Peter James, how you doing, man? Happy to see you here today. Him and I, a couple other people here. Kungas had a great day at the new hobby store. The shirt that I'm wearing. We're going to go do a little more videos there in the future. It's going to be awesome. Now, the Vapor and Recon goes, did I ever visit Bruckner Hobbies? I never visited Bruckner Hobbies, but a while back, there was a channel viewer. There was also a friend of mine. He was a former employee at Bruckner Hobbies. Him and I did an interview. If you search this channel, you'll see he told a couple of good stories with me on Zoom. It was like during COVID. So we were like, you know, let's talk about your hobby store experience. He talked about racing. He talked about everything. So I do have a little bit of an experience with Bruckner Hobbies. Personally, I've never been there. But maybe, you know, obviously it's closed now, right? Because like they had a fire and stuff. But, dude, Melissa's not bringing me my jacket. Is she sleeping up there? She might be sleeping up there. Let me go get it. I'll be right back. Just open the door and hold it. Right, everybody, I am back. I lost my normal sized hat. I got this hat right now. So, we're going to go try to fire up the Redcat Rampage right now. It's going to go down. Put your hands together and your keyboards even more together. All right, let's go do this, everybody. All right, yeah, the famous hat. All right, all right, Melissa. I'm gonna need some help. This RC is super heavy. A one-handed carry, everybody. One-handed. One-handed. What do you think about that? Oh my God, this is heavy. I can't even make it past. Okay, I got it. Open door, please. Closed door, please. Oh. I'm going out. You'll see it in a little.
Got it?
What is wrong with it?
Because you got boxes over there.
All right, I made it out. Barely. All right, my dudes. I'm gonna try to fire this up right now. What the F is this? Shed broke a little. All right. You guys excited? Oh, what the hell is that? All right. Whoa. Thank you for joining me here today. Redcat Rampage Fire Up Edition. All right, so I'm gonna prime it. First thing, you should always turn it on. Yeah, man, I just couldn't find my other jacket. That's why I'm wearing this hat. I mean, my other hat, you know. Couldn't find my other hat, sorry. I know this hat is a little OD. Guys, I know, Michael Graham, I know this hat is OD, I know. I couldn't find my other hat, I don't know where it is. Okay. We'll arm it. Brakes are good. Yep, steering is good. That's stock servos. Let me prime it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I see fuel in the fuel bulb. That's a really good sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully the plug is bad. I haven't checked in like forever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I normally don't do choke, so you know what? I'm gonna try it without choke. Okay. Let's flip it. I'm gonna do it in this position a little bit. I'm gonna try it a little without choke. I normally don't do choke. Look at it from here, I think. All right. Well, my dudes, LED is blinding me. It's sickening. All right. I'm gonna do a couple small tugs. I know the clutch in this thing is good, but it's honestly a good idea to never start this unless the wheels are off the ground. But I know the clutch is good, so it's good. Go on. Damn, this thing got crazy compression. Oh. Oh. This is kind of pulling fuel inside. I hope it's not you know, clogged or anything, but it should be okay. Thinking, should I put this on the ground? What's up, Velocity Beast, bro? What do you think? Should I put this on the ground? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. All right, I'll put it on the ground. Not a bad idea, actually. Okay, it's a little dark here. But if it fires up, you guys will see it. All right, it's go time, everybody. All right, can you see okay, everybody? Probably, yeah. Just let me know. We got a good C or no bad C? What C is it? All right, I'm gonna try to fire it up now. Damn, it's got crazy compression. Pretty tough. Sickening fire up. What do you think about that? Fire in the hole. Running good. That's a great idle. They put it over here. Smoky. Single speed, yes. And it's quiet. Great idle. All right, shut it down. Perfect. Did you see that response? That's what you call a great running gas engine. Perfect, reliable kill switch. This is going to be epic. This is going to be more epic than it ever was. Unfortunately, my bumpers had seen better days. Well, guys, that's the reality with the VP fuel. You know, you thought I was joking you. No, kidding around. I wasn't kidding around. That VP 25-to-1 is incredible. It's incredible. And yes, if in case you were looking at what I was showing, my my, what is this called? A yard deck thing, yard storage thing has killed itself, as you could tell right there. It's old basically. So yeah, this thing runs good. It's much quieter than I think everybody here expected, right? It's actually quite quiet. Right, guys. It was rich, but the thing is, once it heats up a little bit, it'll be, you know, it'll lean out a little bit. It'll be less smoke. Plus, there was a lot of 3-in-1 oil in there from when I was working on it before. I'm gonna shut it down now. And that's the Redcat Rally Rampage, my dudes. You know, this channel is not only very good with nitros, we're very good with gas engines too. All right. Yeah, it's all right. This thing has separated itself. That was from the crash. Sickening. So what I want to do, I want to open up the gas cap. So I already have the piston at the bottom. I moved it before. Yeah, it's already at the bottom. Yeah, it's at the bottom. I already checked that. Let me open this up and hear if there's any noise coming out of it. Any vapor locking type of thing. Nope. Perfect. Perfect, my dudes. Perfect. All right, that's basically it. Redcat Rampage. It's a go. All right, so I'm going to leave it out here for now. I'm going to go back inside, and we'll talk a little bit about something else. And we'll move on with the life, you know? Okay? How'd you guys like that fire up, though? It was pretty good, huh? Not bad. Considering I haven't started that in like maybe a year or two. All right, everybody. I'm back. So, what's everybody's impression? Who's getting a Redcat Rampage Chimera? It's a pretty great chassis, actually, man. I will say, there's a lot of haters on that model, but they are reliable. They are very reliable. All right. The Vaporeon can goes, I am. They're very good chassis. I will say those engines, they start very well. They're not very high RPM, but honestly, man, like you get yourself like a 30cc Rowan for like $110 down the line, you'll be very good. But to learn on that particular engine is actually not bad. They are very reliable, and you guys saw, I didn't even use the choke. And it's like, well, it's pretty windy out here right now. It's like 50, but like it's pretty cold. I didn't even use the choke. It started up fine, right? I could have primed it a little more, but it was even like running half old fuel. So those HY engines on the Redcats, they fire up really easy. They're not very high RPM. HY is like not really as good as like the Rowan CY engines. They're a little lower RPM, but they are reliable, and actually they run fairly cool in my opinion. I've never had like overheating issues really, and I drove that thing pretty hard actually. So 4-wheel drive is very good. The 4-wheel brakes are very good. When the thing brakes, it like squats in the front. It looks very interesting to me in my opinion. Okay, so if you do guys try to get some fuel, whatever it is the case, you know, please click any of the links in the description of my video. I'm basically only an affiliate with A-Main. That's like about it. So, you know, unless you like really hate me, which if you do, I'll be tomorrow at Midland Beach RC track. I'll literally be there. Go ahead and show up and tell me why you hate me. We could do a little recording if you want to spar. I'll bring my you know, karate attire if you want. You know, we could do a bench press competition, a pull-up competition. You could just like maybe trash talk me a little if you want. That's cool, man. I'm not a private person. In fact, I get mail trolled all the time. I'm on the case. Someone's gonna get in trouble soon. Okay, it's gonna happen. I'm not gonna disclose when, how, who, where, when, but there's multiple investigations going on right now. All right, and none of them are gonna end very well for anybody. Okay, other than me, because I'm in the right. Okay, so let me see what you guys are saying. But for real, you're invited tomorrow. I'll be at the RC track in Staten Island, New York, Midland Beach, parking lot number 8. Write it down. You want to show up with a weapon? I'll bring my tuning screwdriver. Okay? If you want to have a tuning competition, we could do it, okay? The thing is, I'm going to win. Because I tune to be rich and loud. You tune for, I don't know what you tune for. But tune's going to be better. So let me see what you guys are saying. We will continue. Michael and Zatari goes, how many times did you press the purge bulb, the primer bulb? I normally do about like 7 times. Then, no, hold on, 10 times. JCL Castellan, what's going on, man? Happy to see you here. I normally press the primer bulb maybe about 10 times. Mike Manzo, see you later. Thank you for watching, bro. About 10 times. Then I'll pull the starter, like one pull only, right? You only want 1 pull. Because that's really what drawing fuel into the engine. That's drawing fuel into the engine. That's not actually building fuel line pressure. Your primer bulb is building fuel line pressure. About 10 times as well. Then I'll do 5 more. Then it generally starts up within the first 3 pulls, right? But you will almost never flood it that way, is what I'm saying, right? What I do want to really get across, guys, in terms of starting these engines for gas cars, if it doesn't start within like 10 pulls, you're doing something wrong. Either the plug is bad or you're not getting fuel into the engine, right? So 10 times, it either floods itself, in which case you have to undo the plug, you have to like turn it over, it's a whole thing. But it should start in the first 5 pulls in general. 10 is like the maximum limit, right? If it doesn't fire up in 10 pulls, you keep pulling, you're going to kill that pull start system, right? Okay, I'm going to be here for 5 more minutes. I see some people are on their way going to, I guess you're getting ready to show up tomorrow and fight me at South Beach, man. If you want to, go ahead, man. I'm not a private person. I live a regular life, all right? Go ahead. Kidding around, all right? RR Tree goes at 8,500 feet. It's tough to get these engines running, right? You live at 8,500 feet, that's like almost a mountain. So I'm at sea level, but yes, it is true for people that are in a different elevation, right? Air is thinner the higher you go in the atmosphere. So yes, there is more pressure. So technically the air is thinner because the atmospheric pressure, which is, you know, rated in bar, you know, how many bars there is. You are at 1 bar at ocean level, which is 1 atmosphere. The higher you go, there is less pressure, which means less air. Which is very, very logical. Okay, we got that crazy RC guy. How you doing, my dude? Happy to see you here. Love from the UK. Tell everybody here, man, what your favorite Nitro is, okay? We'll do a little RC interview. So I just fired up a gas Redcat. It's really, really heavy, so I just left it outside. I got to actually bounce in a little bit and go get it. I don't want it to be too cold. So I have to, I have actually kind of have a battery charger problem on that one. But whatever, we'll talk about that later. So I'm going to be here for like 3 more minutes, guys. If you appreciate this thing, whatever it is that I do, you know what it is. Make Nitro and gas great again. Hopefully give this video a thumbs up if you can. And support the agenda. Okay, support the effort. RR Tree Man, see you later. Thank you for stopping by. All right, Lotus420, you have a great day, my dude. Okay, that crazy RC guy goes, I love all my Nitros, bro, but my favorite is the HPA Savage X. That's a great decision, man. That's a great decision. Savage X will not let you down. It will not piss you off. All right, Mighty Mike goes, good night, everybody. All right, that's it, everybody. Not going to answer any more questions. I gotta kind of cut and roll. You know, cut, print, paste, roll, Control-V, delete, whatever it is. I hate computer short keys, man. But you know what's a good game? The Oregon Trail. And with that, I'm going to leave you right now. Goodbye, everybody.